Yes, there are some people that just want to
See the video.
get the information and then move on.
Get
So
off,
we're gonna.
get off the
It's now available in different collectible labels, perfect for fans and collectors. Next, the returning R2-D2 Scentsy Mini Warmer sure does bring character and charm to any space. You will also be meeting a new Ewok Scentsy Buddy Clip scented with the light side of the Force fragrance. And for Golden Touch, the all-new C3PO Scentsy Warmer is here. And guess what? It's ready to shine. The Outer Rim Wax Collection is also returning with 3 Star Wars-inspired Scentsy bars inside a decorative box. Next up is June's Scent and Warmer of the Month. It sure is bright, cheerful, and citrusy sweet. The Lemonly Yours Warmer features a mosaic glass pattern of vibrant yellow lemons that shines with dappled light when lit. Pair it with the Lemon, Sugar, and Sage Scentsy Bar, a fragrance bursting with Meyer Lemon, Blue Sage, Wild Sugar Cane. This fresh and happy combo is perfect for the summer. This year's destination collection transports your customers to Mediterranean getaways. Let's start off with Sunset Cocktail. This is mango nectar and passion fruit blended into smooth coconut milk. Up next, we've got Wild Seaside, blue lavender blooming over ocean moss and driftwood. Up next, we've got Sorrento Breeze, which is cucumber flower and wild daisy over bamboo waters. And fourth, we've got sun-drenched cotton, clean cotton with creamy coconut and white woods. Last but not least, the Santorini Blossoms, Tyre flower and coconut water warmed by Island Amber. Early access for these bars begins May 5th with a special bundle that includes all 5 new Scentsy bars and a Mediterranean-inspired tote. The Father's Day collection is coming soon. Choose from 2 stylish warmer bundles, the Mod Taupe and the Mod Black Warmer, which is each paired with 3 rich masculine fragrances in vanilla bourbon, vanilla oak, and vanilla oud Scentsy bars. Don't forget that the Father's Day On The Go bundle, which is going to feature a black Scentsy Ergo and a Mystery Man Pod twin pack, will be ideal for travel. And finally, the fan favorite Disney and Pixar Ratatouille collection is back while supplies last. Let's start off with the lovable Remy Scentsy Buddy. He's just full of charm and perfect for any Disney fan. We also have the Ratatouille Bon Appetit Scentsy Bar, which is a savory, one-of-a-kind blend of ripe tomato, fresh basil, a dash of garlic, and a slice of French baguette. And finally, the show-stopping Disney Ratatouille Scentsy Warmer, which truly shines when lit, highlighting Remy and his culinary world. And that's a wrap. We hope you enjoyed.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, so is that Bon Appetit?
Bon Appetit's coming back.
So, but was it really a fragrance? And it's really like.
Okay, I got to smell this.
Me
This-
too. Me
Yeah.
too. I'm not.
Oh, you guys will remember this one.
Mm-hmm.
No
And
question.
if they're
Did
new,
we sell any?
Oh, yeah, we did.
okay, let me see if it smells good.
Oh, it makes me want dinner. I want dinner.
Yeah, that's actually good.
Yeah, it is good.
But when you warm it,
When you warm it, it fills the room.
okay.
There's no avoiding it. It's
Okay.
not light. It hits you right in the
Yeah.
nose, and
Okay.
there's no avoiding it.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for Father's Day, there was a
Smells
Scentsy
like
bar.
garlic bread. Do you want to smell it?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So for Father's Day collection, you know, we have samples that kind of kick around for sometimes years. But I had a sample in my office, and I'm like, what is this sample? I haven't seen it for a while. It was burnt rubber.
Yeah.
Didn't smell.
Smelly.
It smelled just like burnt rubber.
Was not
But
good.
it was maybe a Father's Day someday,
mm-hmm.
not this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think the
Someday.
vanilla. I think the vanilla is going to be much better for us.
There's some really good products in there, though, in that product video that I can't wait for. Before I do something, maybe we should have.
Yeah, I think that lemon warmer is cute. I love lemons in the kitchen, so I'm excited about that one.
And you know
Good.
what? You know what was reminding me, and it was kind of fun to have the kind of Italian-inspired
Yes.
fragrances.
Mediterranean, yeah.
Because on the incentive trip, right
Yes.
right before we left, the 2019 incentive trip when we did the Mediterranean cruise, and we went to Sorrento for the first time, and all the lemons there in
It's like their
in
symbol.
Sorrento. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a great trip.
It was amazing.
Yeah. We should do that again sometime.
We really should. It
Sounds
was
fun.
a bucket list, like
Yeah.
multiple places.
Yeah,
Bucket
yeah.
list trip.
Okay, next up, we're gonna invite our special guest, our other special guest, to talk about the Whiff box. Should I step out or?
Do-do-do-do. Yeah, Owen, come right here.
Hello.
There's a special guest.
Hi, Owen. Hi.
I'll hold him. Hey, buddy. Want to come see me? Okay, I'll trade you places.
Grandpa's
I get to be
gonna hold
Grandpa.
him for a minute. Let me trade you places so you can sit in the middle.
Okay.
Okay.
Musical chairs.
Yeah.
Thank you all for having me again. I'm pretty excited about this Whiff box. I think this one is really good. So we've got our usual beautiful Scentsy box. I'll give you
Open wide.
a full view. Well, we gotta ignore that.
Get
We've
that
got the
out.
insert we'll read in a minute, and there's some of the products. So
Cute.
the theme for this month is destination collection, and we're highlighting all of the destinations that you all might travel to this summer. So
Oh, is that a hint?
yeah,
To the beach,
yeah.
or are you talking
Let-
Scentsy?
Both. Let the sea set you free. New fragrance is drifting in on a Mediterranean breeze. Get the first whiff of our destinations collection in your May Whiff box. With scents like these, you'll want to get out your resort wear and plan your next vacay.
Ooh, fun.
So
I love vacation.
what's really cool about this box is it highlights all of our destinations collection fragrances. To start though, which isn't a destinations fragrance, is your scent of the month. So this one is lemon, sugar, and
I
sage.
want to smell it.
Yeah.
I
had
heard
a,
them read the description and I was like, ooh,
Yeah,
oh yeah. Mm.
it's pretty
Oh,
good.
that's so
And we had a lemon
fresh.
fragrance a month ago.
We
or
have
2 months
lots
ago.
of lemon, but
It was
this
really
one
good.
is
But
different.
this one, yeah. This one's really good
Oh,
too.
there's goodness in that one.
Oh, you got one there, sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They said something about like the wild sugar cane. So,
Yeah, and
you know, with
sage.
the
You can
lemon.
smell
It's got
sage in there.
something
Oh,
fresh, but
so
it's like a
good.
fresh lemon.
Yeah, it's good.
A little bit of like a kind
I
of.
can't wait to
yeah.
warm that one.
it's really good.
Ooh, yeah.
Then we've also got Scentsy swipes. I don't know if these have been in Whiff box very much. I'll have to go and look at the history since I'm new to this. But Scentsy swipes is a bigger item, fits in the box just perfectly. So yeah, you'll get to
And
use these, clean your counter.
these are so good at taking fingerprints off of
Stainless?
stainless
Yeah.
steel. Yes.
So if you've got a stainless steel range or oven or fridge, this is the way to go.
Sink. Yeah.
Yeah. And then also in the destinations collection is Sunset Cocktail Room Spray. Yeah, I haven't smelled this one either, but I'm gonna
Let's
spray
try it out.
Let's see. Sorry to.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got it all on me. But it smells good. It smells.
Yeah. it
Tropical?
smells good. I'm not gonna smell you like that, but
Oh,
you
come
do
on,
smell
come on.
good.
It smells so good.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of tropical cocktail scent, sunset. It's a little bit warm. It smells really good. You gotta.
It's probably a little.
Oh, it really good on me.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that might be spit up.
little tea.
That's probably
That's probably
little,
spit up.
little teas for like our summer collection, maybe even, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we brought back again the single use. Uh-oh, Remy,
He's smelling.
he's
His
expanding
bar.
his fragrance palette. He's wanting to smell some more. We've got the single-use wax cups again.
How many? 5?
There's
4.
5 of them. And again, these highlight the destinations collection. We have Sorrento Breeze, Sun-Drenched Cotton,
Ooh.
Wild Seaside, Sunset Cocktail that we just smelled, and Santorini Blossoms.
Ooh, fun fragrances.
And yeah, this is going to be great because you can sample these one use, but it's not it's not a single use of just one wax piece. It's got more than that. So you're putting it in and you're getting a full use out of it. Probably, you know, 2-ish cube, 4.
4 to 5 cubes.
Well, yeah, total.
Total, yeah.
But in each one, you're getting more than 1 cube's worth. So you're gonna have a really good
Nice.
fragrance experience. So
Love it.
These will be good. And then another Destinations fragrance, Wild Seaside. This one is really good.
Is that your favorite?
Out of
my
this
collection?
box, I think so. Yeah, yeah. It's
It's got a
I
little
don't know,
kick
I
to it.
kinda like
Yeah.
this
I like
lemon,
it.
sugar, and sage
yeah,
bar.
like you know, Mom. You talk about how you like
Ooh.
Bombay or
Oh,
what's
yeah.
it called? Not, Baja Blast.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I feel like that could be a Baja Blast scent. So
Yeah, this is so good.
it's like kind of, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
To me, it smells like some sort of Wild Seaside.
Wild
I think that's a
Seaside,
good
it's
name.
a good
It's
name.
got a little bit of a
Where'd Dan go?
I know.
It's been
Replaced
replaced.
by a rat.
yeah. So
He wants to smell.
Wild Seaside.
Yeah. There you
I
go.
gotta get better at my descriptions of fragrance, especially if I'm gonna do this more. So I'll practice, but all I can give you right now is that it's good.
It is good.
The
It
Scentsy,
is-
the Scentsy swipes are in sun-drenched cotton.
Yes,
so
which
you
is
know.
also one of the bars
yeah,
in.
yeah, sun-drenched cotton.
or,
Thank you.
K-cups.
And then, last but not least, we have the Santorini Blossoms. This one also in a 3-pack. Also is in the sample cups, the single use. And yeah, so this is also a Destinations fragrance. And we don't have any other products, so I haven't been able to smell this one.
It's,
one is
it's
it?
in
The
here
Santorini
too.
Blossoms.
Yeah,
I
it's
have
in
it.
here.
You
Do
do? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
I always bring products for the end of the month.
Smart.
Yeah. Not us. We're.
You
we're
didn't
the-
let us bring
I
them,
know.
Dan.
No.
Dan told
I-
us
I
no,
got all
but
the
then
products, so
he
if you need to
keeps
see it.
on.
Oh, yeah.
Which one do you
The
want?
Santorini. Let's see.
Santorini,
I'm
yeah.
guessing some sort of floral.
Mm-mm.
That's really good.
Oh wow, it reminds me of something.
Yeah.
Oh.
It
Hopefully
definitely fits in that
Santorini
No,
realm
good.
of
It's good. It's
there you go.
got some berry
yeah, a little bit of fruity.
and like a
Fresh-
breeze, a
fresh
breeze.
flower.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, really good. So
Yeah, it's
that's just one.
nice.
The nice thing about this too is you've got the
Tropical. There's
design
a
on the back,
tropical-y
which matches.
note too. You like?
am I allowed to show
Yes,
this?
you can.
the little tote here. So you got matching designs on there. Really, really pretty floral design on there. So
Smells like a strawberry suntan lotion.
Yeah.
strawberry suntan lotion. Well, it smells good. So
Mhm.
yeah, there's your box.
Okay.
That's
There's,
exciting.
Very, very
I feel like
nice.
there's a lot of good choices
There
in
is.
this.
Yeah, a
box.
lot of variety.
Some fun.
lot of
and
variety
it's
and,
kind of the like summer
Yeah,
collection-y.
it is.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
to test things
Samples, yeah.
out.
Love it.
Yeah,
Okay, where's the wipes?
right here. Pop those in.
Okay, who's excited for this box?
Yeah, let us know what
Love
you think.
it.
And again, yeah, all the feedback that you have for us only helps us on future boxes.
Somebody
so
said message today and they said the
Oh, yeah.
last 2
Yeah.
boxes were amazing.
Oh.
So
Great. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's always good to know what you like, and then as I plan out future boxes, I can incorporate them. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Since we plan enough in advance, you won't see one of my boxes until
A
September.
while. Yeah.
So actually, none of the boxes you've seen. I mean, we've made some changes
Yes, you've
before, but
tweaked them.
the first full box will be September. So keep an eye out for that one.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thanks, Owen.
Love
see you later.
you.
Love you
Yeah.
too.
Love you. No.
Hey, love you too.
Wait, hug it out, guys.
We
hug
do.
it out.
We do.
Hi, buddy.
All right. While we're getting situated, so I did bring that collection. So this collection is like our summer collection.
Yep.
Early release starting tomorrow, and then it goes on sale the 1st of June. Okay.
Okay.
And we're doing an early collection, early release, because this is going to last for a few months. Well, I guess I can't promise that because it is. We'll make sure it
Oh, it's
lasts.
by last.
This
Okay.
is the summer collection.
The little bag, the cute bag is the thing that
check it
probably
out.
is the limiting,
Very
because we can
cute.
always make more
That's true.
bars, but getting
It's
the
so
bags is
cute.
difficult.
Okay.
So cute.
So this is the Destinations collection.
Okay.
And early access will start on May 5th. Okay, May 5th, not May 1st, but May 5th is the early Access collection. First, sun-drenched cotton.
Okay.
Try that out. We will only do this just a few products, even though I
Oh,
brought them
yeah,
all.
that's good. A little bit of lemon, but some
Yeah.
cotton.
Yeah.
Yeah, like clothes drying on a line out. in
Clean
your
cotton,
backyard.
sweetened with creamy coconut bask and notes of white woods.
I love it.
This
Love
is
it. It's
this is the
good.
one that Owen was talking about that has a little bit of a kick. That this is the pod
He
version
said
that
a
comes
little
in
bit
the
of
Whiff
Baja,
box.
but I don't know. It's not.
It's blue lavender blooms over notes of
Yes,
ocean
yes.
moss and white driftwood.
Blue lavender. Fabulous, fabulous.
Oh, there is a wood note in that. A really nice wood note.
It's really nice. I think it's
How
gonna be
many,
a
how many
favorite
of
summer
you
fragrance.
will pop the bar to smell the bottom?
I do sometimes.
I do.
I
yeah.
rub the top, so.
Yeah, I pop the bar to smell the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, and I
Um,
rub the top, so it's all good.
All right. This is Sorrento Breeze.
Oh, yeah.
Cucumber flower and wild daisy drift above bamboo waters.
Okay, this one's very florally, but, like a light summer floral.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not a powdery
No,
floral.
like a
I
bamboo,
agree,
like you
I
said.
agree.
This is
Good.
Yeah.
this is like a really refined clean breeze.
Yes, not as strong.
Yeah, like Clean Breeze, one of our,
Yeah.
20-year strong bestsellers over the 2 decades. This is like a freshened up, softer version of it, I think.
Fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Last one. I think you will like this one too.
'Kay.
Sunset cocktail.
Yeah.
I think you
yep,
smelled
this is
maybe.
what he sprayed on.
Mango nectar and passion fruit add a bright, sweet sip to smooth
Oh, this
coconut
reminds me.
milk.
A little bit of that desert. Remember a long time ago, what was that fragrance we had?
Oh, yeah.
Desert. Do you
Desert
remember-
flower.
Desert
Oh,
flower.
desert
yes.
flower.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I
a long
remember
time
that
ago.
one.
It reminds me of desert flower.
That
a
was
little
one of the
bit.
first ones I came up with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
And it was
There's
back in the early
some desert
days.
flower and some. Oh my gosh! When I was a kid, some sort of antibiotic that I took.
Yeah, that was amoxicillin.
Yes, but I love the smell of it. It's,
That's what's wrong with me,
So
is I used to
good,
drink it because
dude.
it tasted good.
No, it smells. I like it. It's the
yeah.
mango nectar in that I
Desert
really enjoy.
nectar, is that what it was
Yeah,
called?
desert nectar.
Desert
Yeah,
nectar.
desert
Yes,
nectar.
thank you,
Nectar.
Tracy.
Yeah, that does smell like
Yeah.
nectary.
Yeah.
And it smells, yeah, I
Desert,
like that.
it kind of smells like it.
Okay, what else you got for us,
This is
Dan?
the only other thing I want to show because it's one of my favorites. It's our Ewok buddy clip. We did the buddy,
Cute.
but look how cute this guy
He's
is.
adorable. Look at those teeth.
Oh my goodness.
Cute.
So he's going to be my companion.
And what's his
there.
fragrance?
This is
Ooh.
offered in the light
Ooh.
side of the Force.
Okay, yeah.
So a fragrance
Yes.
we've done
The
before.
light side.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think those are some of the best. The light side and the dark side, when it comes together, when you blend those two
Yeah.
fragrances
Yeah.
together,
Yeah.
He's
fantastic.
cute. Look at that little face.
'Kay.
Oh, he's cute.
All right.
Okay, so
I'll stop on the product side.
That's good
because
with
we have
products?
other exciting things.
We do.
okay, let's just talk about some April highlights. We've had some good things happen in April.
We had a big day in April.
Yes, we did.
April 15th.
Oh, they all
Yeah,
know.
they know.
We celebrated the U.S. tax day. Normally, April 15th is the worst day of the year in the United States. Maybe the least favorite day of the in the United States.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd just have a little celebration worldwide. And we ended up with Germany and the Netherlands having the
Yes.
third best day ever in those two countries.
Woohoo!
In April.
Yeah.
To have
That's
an
it.
April day that is in the top 3
Yeah.
after a decade in
Yeah.
business in Germany, that's fantastic.
Yeah, 14 years in Germany, and we had, one of
Best
the top.
day ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cool.
Really
Okay,
good.
we also had Region 2 will finish the month up year over year. Way to go,
Yeah.
Region 2. Woo!
Region 3 will finish the month up year over year as well.
Okay,
Woohoo!
so we're
Region
starting to see
3.
see some trends here.
Yeah.
Mexico will finish the month year over year up from last year.
Woo! Region 2 had a top 10 day ever on 4/15 also. So One of the top 10 days.
Yep, Scentsy pods are up 37% year over year. So
Oh.
big pod.
So we're selling
Okay,
a
okay,
lot
okay,
of
okay, okay.
pods.
You
Woo!
think that's good?
Yeah.
The air diffusers were up 77% year over year.
Oh, well, that's fabulous. How about Scentsy home, kids, and body categories all grew year over year?
That's amazing.
Woo!
Really exciting stuff.
But
yeah, go
The
ahead.
best news, no.
Best news? I'm gonna
Dan,
take
you
it.
he has the best
Okay.
news.
Year to date, so from January 1st through, well, maybe yesterday, I guess, we are beating year to date recruiting from 2024 in
Yay.
2025. So,
Way to go,
well done, all
everyone.
of you.
Yes.
So turnarounds start this way, right?
Yeah.
Where you start to see different markets, different product lines. They start to show growth before the whole company starts to show growth. And that's what we're looking for. So we've been setting things up for a few months, and we're really excited about the changes that we're seeing. But it's time to kind of kick this renewal story into high gear. And I think that's what we talked about at Superstar
Summit.
Director Summit.
Yeah,
That's
we
good.
did. And it's not only, because we're still dealing with some uncertainty. There's still tariffs going on. There's still, hard things happening. But the creation of hope and excitement for the future is critical for that renewal to happen.
Yes. Hope is an interesting thing, right? There's hype, and then there's hope. And we've been the victims of hype before.
Is it being a victim? I don't know
Well,
if it's
I
being a
think
victim,
so.
because I think you need both.
Well,
Yeah.
hype, here's how I define it.
Okay.
Hope is a belief in a realistic future that is better than the one in a realistic, better future. Hype is a belief in an unrealistic, better future. So sometimes, there is a gap between hype and hope. Hope can be real. The future can be better than it is currently. But if you think it's going to be so much better than it actually is going to be, that's what hype is. And a lot of people thrive on hype, and then they're disappointed even when their future was better than their past. But because it wasn't as good as the hype, they feel like there's a letdown. So that's how you're a victim of hype, is you feel like, oh man, I was expecting this to be even better, and when it is not what you hoped or not what you hyped, it hurts.
There was one comment in here that I'm going to steal because I
Okay.
can't remember who said it, to not take your credit for it. But I think there's also, when we are, sometimes executing below what really our line should be. We probably should be up here when we're down here. Then that hype is important to start increasing quicker to that realistic line that we should be.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I think, yeah, it depends on how you define
I
hype.
probably used hype with a different definition than
Yeah,
what you
then
just
we are,
defined it
yeah.
as, right?
And I think Heidi's going to ChatGPT to
No,
clarify.
I'm not going to ChatGPT.
No, so-
I was gonna look up something else.
I
but-
think that hope is so important. And if you were to look at sales of Scentsy, or really any company, stock market, any chart that charts results over time, and then you put a trend line on it, there's always going to be some things that are below, you're going to be below your trend line, and you're going to be above your trend line. If your trend line is what you are,
Yeah.
then when you're below your trend line, you have hope that you're going to get pulled back up to your trend line. If you start performing far better than you are, if you don't have the capacity to maintain the good things that are in your life, then you're going to find self-sabotage taking you down to where you are at the level of the capacity you've developed, right? So we'll be above and below our level of capacity throughout our lives.
Yeah. That makes
Okay,
sense.
so at Summit, Deb did a little training on hope for the Superstar directors, and she shared a quote from a movie that I've never seen. So I can't say I've heard this quote before till she shared it, and it is about hope. It says, "Hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies."
Okay, I want to see if anybody knows
And-
where that's from, if you
Yeah,
didn't go
you-
to Superstar Director Summit.
It's a movie, I'll say that, what movie? But no good thing ever dies, and Scentsy is a good thing. So we're here to continue to build that hope for the future of Scentsy.
And it's not just shallow hope. There's some things that we want to share. But before we do, I do think we need to shout out. There's a lot of promotions that people are talking about.
These
Yeah.
promotions were between certified consultant and director. We had 1,133 people promote in that area. Woo!
And special shout outs to Lisa Friday and, let's see, Sally Shaler.
And Nancy Dooley. Somebody said Shawshank Redemption. You got
you
it.
go.
You got it.
And Jacqueline Iannetta from Europe.
And Victoria Hunter, Region 2.
Yeah, so
Way to
special
go.
shout out to them. So, you give us hope when you work well and hit a promotion, and I think you share that hope with others when you succeed. At least that's the way it's supposed to be. I've always valued Scensy's community in that we can celebrate each other's successes rather than feeling like we're in competition with one another. We're actually there to support one another, and it's not a competition. This is a community, and it's a community that helps us to each to reach our full potential. And I think that's what one of the things that came out of Superstar Director Summit was
Yep.
how we can help the Scentsy community support each other in reaching full potential.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's
Okay.
important.
Then our last announcement before more announcements is about SFR. Registration is open and it will close on May 31st. And then also Shining Star nominations. Today's the last day to get your Shining Star nomination in. So if there's somebody you would like to nominate, get in there and submit that today.
Couple things, talk about hope builders, right? Our shining stars have always been able to deliver hope.
Yeah.
But we hope that you will all be at SFR, whether virtually or in person.
Go ahead, Dan, tell them where we're at.
Okay, well, I've been trying to hold my tongue just a little bit because we are at, just so you know, this is for Region 1, Minneapolis is where we're going at the end of July. We are at 84% of capacity, which means we have 1 month left to register.
Yeah.
And those that want to attend in person, maybe they should do it sooner. Now, I'm not
Yeah.
saying, pressure to register and use family money. I'm just saying if you were planning on it and have Scentsy money that you were wanting to attend SFR, we're at 84%. I don't think that's going to stay
Yeah,
there
Nope.
Yeah.
over this last month. So 84% left. For Region 2 and Region 3, we're still doing okay. We're not
The
close
venues
as
are much
close.
bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The venues are much bigger relative to the size of the market, so.
Yeah. So we're okay there for them, but register now because we have 1 month left for everybody. And in
Yes.
Region 1 Minneapolis, you may want to do that sooner, like really soon.
Yes, we're getting close. We're also getting close to capacity for the virtual with the product kit giveaway. We're at like 95%. So even virtual, if you're wanting the product kit giveaway,
Now,
get
once
registering.
those sold out, either the virtual or the in-person with product kit, we will still have the option for streaming. So we want all of you to be able to participate in SFR in a way that blesses you. Dan mentioned this. This is something that Heidi and I have taught for 20 years. That Scentsy has always been intended to help you earn money for your family. It is not for you to spend family money on Scentsy. So things that cost money, like coming to SFR, should be budgeted from the money that you earn from Scentsy, so that you are not straining your family's budget to do things. And we need to provide opportunities for you to get that content without the expense of travel, if that makes sense for you. Okay.
Makes sense, makes sense. Okay.
Okay, any
All right.
more?
Well, I have something I want to give an
Okay,
update on. And this
okay.
is, well, first a plug for bingo, Scentsy Bingo. We're 1 month into it, and we got lots more months to get your bingo. So
It goes
focus
till
on
July,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one piece. But I wanted to talk about Cheers to 20 years, last year being our 20 years, and we had a checklist of things to get done, and then prizes if you did it for 9 months, or a grand prize for 12 months. So I want to give everybody a quick update where we are at with that. So for Region 1, if you qualified and you earned the Cheers to 20 years, orders are going to be created tomorrow on this to get some of those rewards sent out, except for one product, and this one product is the cooler. We've fallen victim to some of the tariffs that are happening in China, and our order couldn't be fulfilled in
And
a
it's not,
timely manner.
it's not just because we didn't want to pay the tariff, it was because the vendor themselves were unable to ship the
Ship
product.
it, yeah.
They
Can't
don't
get it
They
to
don't
us.
have it. Now that's the cooler with the Scentsy logo on it, and they needed to get more of those in so they could with the logo on it for us. So we are going to send out a communication to those that earn the cooler. This is worldwide, actually, for all regions. If you earn the cooler, be looking for an email communication. You'll have 2 options. One, you can request to get the money to buy your cooler now without a Scentsy logo, or you can choose the other option, which is to wait for the cooler to come in with the Scentsy logo. That won't be arriving until probably the end of this year.
Ooh,
Yeah,
tariffs.
that's
Oh,
it's the best our supplier can do for that one. So that's what's happening. For all of the other products for Region 1, orders are being created tomorrow to get those other products sent out, but look for that email. For Region 2 and Region 3, Europe and Australia and New Zealand, your orders, minus the cooler, because the cooler applies to all of our regions, but your orders will be sent out in the month of May. We have some of the sweatshirts that we're supplying from here in the US that we need to ship to Europe and Australia and New Zealand. Those will be all sent out to all of you in the month of May. So that's my update
Okay.
on the Cheers to 20 years. Okay.
Thank you for the update, Dan. Okay, so
Now.
we have we sent out after Superstar Director Summit a message to consultants about what we talked about at Summit, some plans moving forward, and there was a lot of questions about what we meant, because I guess you could interpret what we were saying in many different ways. And we said, come on the end of the month live and we'll talk a little bit about it, give you some guidance and direction in how to interpret what we were
And
discussing.
I hope at this moment, nobody is sweating or worried, because I feel like it's all really good news,
Well,
good things.
I will just say, I think coming into Superstar Director Summit, there were a lot of leaders who were very worried. I mean, the nature or the state of direct selling right now is a little shaky. There's a lot of companies that are closing their doors. In fact, at Superstar Director Summit, we got news about one that closed their doors. So they were a little nervous when we were saying we had some big announcements. And then after about 2 hours in, everybody was just buzzing with excitement because our announcements are positive, not negative.
Hopefully,
Well, some people will think they're negative.
no matter
yeah.
what. Yeah, it's like that 50-50 rule, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so who wants to go first?
Well, there's 3 areas that we want to cover.
Okay,
We each have one of them.
okay.
So,
So
you want to cover
do you
yours?
want Do I get- me to-
do I get
think yours is like
I'm
the
excited about
overlapping
mine.
one.
Yeah,
I
mine's
think.
gonna cover everything, so.
Okay, I was just like,
Or do you wanna do yours first and then?
no,
we'll do
no,
mine?
why do I always get the one that I get in trouble if I don't say everything perfectly right?
Okay.
That's a good
Do
question.
you wanna go
You-
first?
You
know,
may need to
or you know,
reevaluate
We'll
your
help
life
correct you.
on that.
I have to reevaluate, you're telling me. Okay.
Orville got the short straw. We picked.
So,
I picked
I
first.
think Heidi should go
I
first
picked
because
first. Ooh.
and this is,
Yeah.
there's a fun story that could go along with it too if we chose to tell it. So you go,
Okay.
you tell us the first thing. What does
So it's the next chapter of Scentsy is what it is. While we were gone, I feel like time moved really fast. And so our kids a couple times even called us while we were gone and said, oh, Scentsy seems old and outdated and just not cool, because they're that age.
That hurt.
They are, but they're being honest. They want us to know. And so our daughter Mary kind of, when we got home, was kind of like complaining a little bit. And
Yeah. She was like, Dad,
there's nothing.
you need to do this.
I went
Dad, you
back.
need to do that.
Yeah.
Dad, you need to do this. And I wasn't disagreeing with her, but I wasn't agreeing with her fast enough.
Yeah.
Um,
So he finally just said, Mary, do something then. If you think that that's a problem, then start doing something. And she did. She started doing mood boards and coming up with thoughts and ideas. And
and then we had
so,
fun conversations.
yeah.
And it was super fun to see our family start to engage and help us really re-engage, as we were coming back from a long
Yeah.
sabbatical.
So Scentsy is evolving with a brand refresh with all of you in mind.
If we think back to the last one,
Was it 2013?
2016, wasn't it?
No, I think it was longer than that.
That shows how much we know, doesn't it?
16 was only
was
like
16,
7,
yeah,
8
16.
years ago.
It was 16, yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Less
That
than
was,
10.
that was 9 years ago.
So the year my mom passed away.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where we
Well-
had, we gave up our beloved
Yeah.
Sister Frisky font and the wonky stars and the hottest new thing in candles
We
and,
gave up of-
Scentsy
yeah.
wickless and, a lot of
Rest
these
in
things.
peace.
A lot of these things that we dearly loved to reimagine Scentsy.
Yeah.
And there's a lot that we came up with then that I think we still love.
There's parts and pieces that will still be part of Scentsy and the Scentsy brand, but there will be a renewed vision or a renewed look with a lot of it, packaging, fonts, colors, and you're going to be hearing the words warm, enliven, and inspire as part of the brand refresh. So we're super excited.
So it's really rather than an abandonment of what Scentsy stands for, it's a reaffirmation of what we stand for. Simplicity, authenticity, generosity, to warm the heart, enliven the senses, inspire the soul, to bring value to the world, selling high quality artistic products, right? So elevating the products that we sell, categorizing the products in ways that fit the modern consumer.
Yeah, we're excited. Super, super excited.
Share
And
what-
somebody said, thank goodness for honest kids. Ain't that the truth? Thank
Yeah.
goodness for honest
Yeah.
kids.
Well, and
Yeah.
smart
But
ones
we were
too.
already feeling it.
Yeah.
I'll just say
Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
already feeling it.
So it really, one of the exciting things with that is some of the branding, product stuff as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So Heidi, at the very end, and this is after,
Oh, I could
this is a work
maybe share it.
in
Let's see.
progress, and you shared something about the product being aspirational, and that was our goal. We needed to be more aspirational to appeal to the modern
Consumer.
or
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
current
Yeah.
consumer.
Gen
and,
Z.
And Heidi shared at the very end of Summit. Oh, you even
Well,
have a picture of
let me
it?
give you.
No, not a picture.
Let me give you a
I
little.
just have-
Okay.
There's a tie-in here. So Mary started to create these mood boards.
And it's not just Mary either. I don't want
I'm
to
going
call
there,
out
I'm
our
going
daughter.
there, I'm
Kate.
going there.
Thank you.
So Mary started creating these mood boards, and now just to be fair, so she worked for another company as a creative director, and then she worked for a fashion photographer in LA when she was living down in LA, and set designer and creative director for these photo shoots. And so she's got some serious design chops. She's not just our daughter. And as she brought these mood boards, these concepts to us. We brought them to the team, and they were, hey, these are a lot of things we've been pushing for a long time, and they really got excited about it. So her and other members of the team started to collaborate. We hired Mary to come in to work with the team for a short period of time. And what was fun for us to hear from her is how strong the team is.
She loves working with her team, yes.
And we just needed to unleash their creative juices, and we've got some really cool updates to core Scentsy, right? Warmers and wax, the thing that we do better than anybody in the world. You know, we gotta focus on how to make warmers that everybody wants to buy.
Okay, and this is what the message that Dan was talking about. She had texted us while we were in Summit, and she said, we got designs back, and I'm tearing up because they're so good, and I'm so giddy excited, and I feel like I haven't been excited about a warmer in so long. So, it's exciting.
I think that speaks
is.
volumes.
It does.
And you're right about the team. They were just waiting for the approval, the permission to move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was a catalyst, and then it was off to the races. And the
Yeah.
excitement at the home office with that product team it's tangible, it's palpable, it's really good.
But let me kind of explain another thing that was really instructive to me too. So Mary was talking about recategorization, right? How do we put warmers in context so people can understand them? And so she had these ideas of new lines of warmers. Well, we got to do this and we got to do that. And I said, well, Mary, take all the current product that we have and put them into these categories so that you can see where we're at, because we can't just do a wholesale change, and we have a lot of product that is really good. And she came back and she said, Dad, it was interesting. When I went through that exercise, there are warmers that I would have never thought of for my home until I saw them juxtaposed with other warmers outside of the category that we currently put them together with, and then all of a sudden they fit. Like, for instance, if you put all your Western warmers together, you might have different types of Western themed warmers or different types of botanical warmers. But if you can put them into just a different categorization, and we'll let the teams explain that later.
Yeah.
Now what you might not ever buy, you may never think, I'm not a Western person, but that warmer that we now have in a Western page of our catalog jumps out at you as a very modern hip warmer. But you would never seen it that way because you'd gloss over it if you weren't a Western fan. So that's just an idea of how opening up creativity can actually make the products we currently have more appealing. So just the way they're positioned, not just, it's not like our products now are bad, they're just, the story's not good.
Yeah.
And she's a great storyteller visually, so we're excited about that.
Well said.
Yeah.
And
Anything
just thank you for believing in Scentsy, and we're excited to have you along for the ride, and it's going to be a fun one. So thank you.
Awesome. Great update.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I go next?
Yeah, why
Yes.
don't you go next?
Okay. All right. So my topic, what I wanted to cover was more talking about tariffs and some global supply chain uncertainty. Sounds really exciting, I know, but bear with me. The first part, I needed to let you know, we really have diversified our product, and that goes in specifically our suppliers, both domestically and internationally. So we're not reliant on one single country or one single supplier. It gives us that flexibility and the ability to be agile for what's needed in today's world.
I'll tell you what's interesting is it was probably 5 years ago when we saw the potential for this. And we started to look outside of China, for instance. We started to look at manufacturers that were different than the ones we'd relied on so heavily. And because of those investments over the last 5 or 6 years, we do have a pretty resilient supply chain.
Someone says your hair looks
Very true.
exceptionally beautiful.
You know what? It's the light, and it's the end of the day, so I didn't know what it was going to be.
It looks.
Orville doesn't know what I'm talking
It's
about. but
better
you
than
do.
mine. Yeah.
So that's the diversification that's happening. But a couple of things that I also wanted to mention is, first, we're going to have product. Okay, we're going to have product. We have product in our warehouses ready to support you to maintain your businesses, your income, your commissions. That piece already exists. So I wanted to make sure you knew that. We're not running out of products, but a quick follow-up to that piece is we are going to be introducing creative ways to sell Scentsy products. And this could mean
Woohoo!
lots of different things.
It's exciting.
Besides the April 15th tax day flash sale that we did, we will have flash sales, we'll have promotions, we'll have sales, those type of things. We'll have limited
LTOs.
time offerings, collections. We will have those things as well, but we are also being more innovative, I guess creative, on coordinating consultant contests. Is that safe to say?
Fun.
Where, yes, you earn a commissions off of sales, but there could be extra rewards that come with
Benefits.
it.
What do they say
Benefits?
in the market? Spiffs?
Spiffs, yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
For selling
yeah.
inventory currently
Well-
we have on hand.
Yeah, just for instance, when we have our catalog, the catalog requires us to say, or to pick which warmers we think you're gonna like. And so we make our bet, and usually,
We make our guess.
yeah, there's 3 or 4,
Bet.
there's warmers that sell way better than we thought, and there are warmers that sell a lot
Yep.
less than we thought.
Yeah.
Now, some warmers sell really well, but they don't sell as well as we thought they would, and we might have an excess. So as we have those excesses, that builds up over time, and then traditionally we'd do a flash sale. And we had consultants that said, why don't you just give us more commission?
Yeah, tell us.
Tell us what you want us to promote, because
Yeah.
if we promote it, we can sell it. And so creating fun contests to help us to manage the inventory that we have will allow you all to increase or the consultants, because we know there are more than consultants, will allow consultants to increase their incomes while spreading spreading our inventory as far as we can while we are going through these challenges of
Yeah.
tariffs
Yeah.
and
That's the
supply chain
reality.
disruption. Yeah.
That's the reality that we're dealing with. And we have some exciting things that we're also looking into technology-wise to really simplify and amplify your efforts. I'm just trying to see if there's any other words I can put into that one sentence. apparently.
Magnify.
Magnify,
Magnify.
amplify, and simplify.
Oh,
All
good.
of those things
Good.
really good with technology. So exciting things to come.
Yep.
That's what
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted
Exciting.
to update everybody on.
I think one thing that we don't want to miss also is there are product lines that we could add that could be manufactured domestically, whether
Yep,
in the United
yep.
States or in Europe or in Canada. So if we do get into dramatic trade barriers, we can spin up concepts that can provide product that your customers are going to want.
You're saying we can, I mean,
Well, we're starting down the road.
we are,
Yeah.
planning.
Yeah.
We're planning.
20
so,
years into this business,
Yeah.
we have relationships.
Right.
A lot of relationships.
Lot.
I mean, Dan, one of the things that is the most impressive thing that I've ever experienced, and it's really, I can say this because I didn't contribute much to it. You really led this effort, and it's why we'll love you forever.
Is that the only reason we love him forever?
That's a good reason.
when the pandemic started and people were at home and they were nesting and they had money to spend and no stores to go to, and they had products that they wanted. Scentsy grew from a run rate of what, 460 million to 950 to $1 billion in 4 months. The run rate changed from March of 2020 to July of 2020 by a factor of 2, doubled in that short period of time, and we were able to respond because of the teams that you had built and supported, the capacity that Heidi and I had developed into our system, and we were able to do it. And that was a miracle.
It was a miracle. Yeah, there's a mirror right back to you to enable it from both of you. your wisdom
just
and
said
vision,
go.
but also from the incredible consultants that
Yeah.
said we're right there with you, arm in arm.
I would say this. If you're if you're rafting down a river,
Mhm.
if you're in smooth water, anybody can be your guide. Heck, you can fall off the boat and go swimming for a little while and get back on.
Sounds fun.
But once
Lazy
there is
lazy river.
once there
In the lazy
yeah,
river.
the
I
lazy
don't
river
want
at
to
the
know.
yeah, once you start going down the white water, you need an experienced guide.
Yep.
You need people who know how to deal with waves that come from every direction.
And navigate the waters ahead.
Understand where the risks are, understand where the opportunities are, and to be able to steer that raft safely through that very treacherous stretch of water. And I think one of the things that, if I was to say if I was to make a pitch as to why somebody should really affiliate themselves with Scentsy if they want a great direct selling experience, is we've been through some pretty rough water, and we've got a really solid boat, and we've
Yeah.
got good field leaders
Yeah.
and good executives at the home office who can navigate these choppy waters.
Yeah.
You're going to be fine. You're not going to run out of product. We're not going to run out of money. And with product and a supportive home office, your business can thrive. So,
Yeah.
Any more?
No expert sailors have ever only sailed calm seas,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's how they became experts, was the challenges that they
exactly
had.
right.
So,
Now, what we might ask from you in this is a little flexibility, right? There's a quote that I love that some ships sail east and some sail west by the self-same winds that blow. 'Tis the set of the sails and not the gales that determine the way they go. So we are going to have to set our sails in these uncertain times. And that might mean we would come out with a product line not associated with a fall catalog launch. Or we might have to come out with a product line that we have never talked about at Scentsy before. But it's something that we can bring in with Scentsy quality and with Scentsy security, the types of guarantees that we're used to giving, and a great customer experience. And it might have to come out of left field if we need product to support you. But we will do whatever it takes, invest in whatever way we can to make sure you will always have product to run your businesses.
Yeah.
So,
Beautifully said.
improve our brand, streamline it, make it modern and relevant, invest in business tools, practices, and products to make sure that you have all the product in front of you to sell. And the third thing,
okay, wait. Felicia says she's a COVID reinstatement and it's the best decision she ever made. So I just want to say
Welcome.
thank you, Felicia.
Welcome back.
Yes.
okay,
Okay.
the third one is the big one, and they've kind of left this to me, and
Because he has the most
Yeah.
words.
you don't have to kick me under the table, Heidi. You can just
Okay.
you can just slap me if I'm
I'll
going
just say
wrong.
stop.
Okay. So
Okay, there's a little story that goes along with this too.
you go
maybe.
for it. Yeah, tell the
Well,
story.
I wasn't there, so Dan or you.
What story are you talking about?
I don't know. What story?
Oh, no. We've been talking about this for a long time. Oh, okay. So that was just a reinforcement.
Yeah, it was a reinforcement. Reinforcing me.
Yeah.
So you can set it up then.
Okay.
So Heidi and I have this interesting way of working. And the company's seen it. Heidi has an uncanny intuition. But in the early days,
Just kidding. I'm just
in the
kidding.
early days,
It's productive paranoia.
It
but
is.
yeah, productive paranoia
Right,
met
it's-
with just a razor sharp gut, right?
Yeah.
I'll give it a quick example. Do we have
Morgan,
time? Do we have time for a quick
100,000
example?
life- Lifetime
we're
PRV.
at
Woo!
We're comp-
7.
We're
An hour.
complimenting Heidi, and she's
Trying to get out. I'm
Deflecting.
trying to
She's
wiggle out of
deflecting
this
right
one.
now.
But with early days, the Scentsy executive would say, Heidi, tell us what you're talking about. Articulate, defend your position.
what's the data? And I would say, I don't know, I don't have any data. I just know if we do this, it's not gonna work out. How do
we
you
would
know
s-
that?
And they would say, well, if you're not gonna provide data, then we're really not gonna listen to you. And.
You're fired.
We didn't say that.
Well, there
We
were,
just wanted-
there were
I'm
some that
kidding.
aren't here anymore
Oh.
that would.
Oh, well, they're gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had one come and say,
It's okay.
yeah, I won't go there.
Okay, yeah. We'll move on.
So, what I realized was, if we ask her to articulate her opinion or her intuition would be weakened. She would then give up on her own intuition. And then later, when it turns out her intuition was right, she's like, I told you so. Not in a bad way.
And not
No,
in
no, no.
a, like, I told you so, point
Yeah.
my finger, never.
Say, I knew that wasn't going to be a good idea, or I knew we should have done that. And that was enough data for the rest of us. So that we said, okay, Heidi, don't ever try to explain your intuition in a way that we get buy-in. Just let me figure it out. So I'd ask Heidi questions until I could articulate her intuition. And so that tag team, her intuition and my articulation became how Scentsy is innovated over the years. And some of the best things we've ever done have come that way.
Yeah.
So she's had this intuition.
This is one of the things that I've had
Right.
in my mind for a while now. So,
Yeah.
like, since before we came home, I was telling
Yeah.
them we need
And
to
we were
look at
trying to
this.
figure out how to operationalize this. So we're going to start, I'm going to bury the lead just a little bit. I'm going to start by saying that at Scentsy, we always felt we had two obligations, and there was a conflict between these two obligations. The one was to provide an opportunity for people that chose to affiliate with us to make a living. Not a full living if they didn't choose to. It could be, consultants would sign up so they could make $50 to pay for piano lessons, or some would grow that into a business that could replace a part-time job or a full-time job. So really not really defining what a living meant, but providing an opportunity for people to make money doing something that they loved in a community that was supportive. We also had an obligation to protect people from others who would disrupt that business, right? So we have this opportunity and this protection. There's this competing obligation. Over time, the culture of Scentsy has really paid a price as the protection side of our obligation turned into a heavy compliance mechanism that had consultants scared to do anything that was natural. So, a lot of things that were just natural, like sharing their life on the same page where they share their Scentsy business. There were also things that we had allowed through policy, but consultants didn't know they were allowed to do it. And so there was this overarching negative feeling that was creating all kinds of bad outcomes.
Yeah, even paralyzing.
Yeah,
For
paralyzing fear.
Mhm.
And we had to overcome the paralyzing fear. This comes at a time, I think this is what your intuition was saying, that the world is changing. And
Drastically.
when you look at the way we normally shop, we don't usually shop with much brand loyalty. Brand loyalty is not something that is a modern concept, right? I mean, when you buy makeup, how many different brands of makeup do you have in your?
I don't know, I have a lot.
Right. And if something fun comes up, you want to buy it and try it, right? I don't buy.
But I hope people are brand loyal to Scentsy.
Well, I think they're brand loyal,
I do too.
Right.
but not brand
monogamous.
monogamous.
Monogamous, yes.
Yeah. So brand monogamy is this term where it's like, I only get my products from this one company. If I buy Scentsy laundry and I buy Scentsy hand soap and I buy Scentsy warmers and I buy Scentsy wax and Scentsy oils and Scentsy diffusers because I only buy from Scentsy, right? That doesn't make a lot of sense in today's world. And so having consultants that say, and telling consultants that they can only represent Scentsy also seems a little weird in today's world. It used to be that people would say, if you represented a whole bunch of things, you weren't serious about what you were doing. Now people say, if you only represent one brand, are you authentic? Are you just a shill for the company, right? So having we have a need to open up the ability for our consultants to follow the entrepreneurial spirit that has built Scentsy, but do so in a way that protects what we own collectively, right? So we are going to allow, well, we'll change it, we're changing our policies to be more simple, easy to read, more free, more fun, and more collaborative. We're going to start with our policies around participation in other business opportunities and cross promotion, to loosen things up, to allow people to live real lives and represent, how would you
Somebody
say
said
it?
multiple streams of income is almost required,
Yes.
so.
And people have passions that are beyond Scentsy. When we talk about being all in the Scentsy boat, we're not saying that it's the only boat we want you to have. We want you to be all in your family boat, all in your full-time job boat, all in your faith boat. It's when you are in the Scentsy boat, you're all in with what Scentsy stands
In your
for.
Scentsy boat, yes.
And when you're all in with your family boat, you're supporting the values that support your family. And when you're all in your job, you're fulfilling your responsibility and developing that career to bless lives through that employment as well. And so you can have multiple boats and be all in all of them. And in today's world, people want to represent multiple things, and we need to allow that to happen. So we're rewriting the policy. That policy, there's some technical aspects of the policy, and so it's not going to be fully rewritten until probably about May 15th.
We're shooting for May 15th.
Yeah, we're shooting for May 15th. But we know what we're going to encourage and allow starting now, right? We're going to allow consultants to represent and promote other brands, other products, even other opportunities. Now, there will be some restrictions because we still have an obligation to protect what we own
For
collectively,
Scentsy family.
right? And you can share these things side by side. So there's no longer going to be a concern that I'm going to lose my Scentsy business if I, start a car wash and I'm advertising my car wash on my Facebook page, and somebody turns me in because I'm promoting another opportunity or I'm
Yes,
selling another
let's
product.
stop this policing, yes.
So cross promotion is going to be fundamentally rewritten. In fact, sometimes cross promotion is going to be beneficial.
I actually think this is the celebration part, is we are taking away this control and actually enabling so much from this, allowing people to be who they are and celebrating
Everywhere.
our
Yeah.
value of authenticity.
If you want to be a fragrance influencer, you cannot be a fragrance influencer only representing Scentsy fragrance
One,
products.
yeah.
No one will give you any credit. You have no credibility. If you want to be a home decor influencer, if you want to be a small business entrepreneur side hustle influencer, right? As the world looks to people to influence others through a lifestyle or a combination of side hustles that are appealing, we have to provide that freedom to unleash the entrepreneurial spirit
But
of our
also, I
consultants.
think, there's a lot of people on social media, and this will open up for them to be able to talk about their life with Scentsy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people are going to go right to, oh
You're
no,
gonna have questions,
Yeah.
we know.
oh no, that means there's going to be people with multiple downlines, and they're going to be poaching my downline
Right.
because they signed up for this company, and they're going to try to. We will still retain strict poaching
Of downlines,
policies
yeah.
in Scentsy, a non-solicitation to join another opportunity. But we're not gonna get anybody in trouble because they offer a product. Like, for instance, if you're in a direct selling company and you're just in it because you love the product and you wanna sell the product and you do a TikTok on this product, and you're not building a downline, no one should say anything because you're just representing the product. If you start to build the downline, now you've created a conflict. And that conflict we still have to figure out how to manage in order to protect consultants' hard fought efforts and their teams that they've built. So we got to open this up, provided people respect Scentsy's brand values, don't disparage our products or compare other
Yeah,
products
yeah.
negatively to ours. We don't want you bashing other products to make Scentsy look better, and we don't want you bashing Scentsy products to make other products look better. But that's just classy. No
Yes,
one really wants to
please
buy
stay
people
classy,
from
stay
trashing
classy.
other products anyway. There are certain conflicts of interest, like having 2 downlines at the same time, that we're going to have to manage. And I mean, there are some guidelines that we're just going to have to follow. And we'll go through those. But the big line, the big announcement is Scentsy wants to unleash the entrepreneurial power of our consultants. And we trust you with Scentsy's brand and with your opportunity to sell Scentsy in the context of your life that you're trying to pursue for yourself. And you and your family can decide how many streams of income are right for you. That's not for us to try to control. It's not right for us to try to control your life. We're here to provide an opportunity for you to enhance your life, but you get to be the director of it.
Okay, I'm seeing a lot of questions on here, and there's no way we're gonna get to all of them. So how about if we capture them, and then we'll do a
Yeah.
FAQ
Yeah.
about all of this?
Yeah, exactly. So we'll,
Are there
you
any big
mentioned-
things that you think we need to resolve right now? Did we cover enough
Oh,
that?
how about like,
Why
I
don't you
don't
ask some questions and
know
let's.
if there are a lot of other companies doing this, allowing this.
Well, let me just speak to that a little bit. Scentsy consultants are independent contractors. And if they're only independent contractors by name, they're not really independent contractors, right?
That is correct.
And there's a lot of mechanisms in a lot of direct selling companies that make them independent contractors in name only. And I think that's illegitimate and inauthentic. So, as a Scentsy consultant, you are an independent contractor and you truly should be able to be an independent contractor. And the controls that we have should be limited to the things that are actually dangerous to the culture, the integrity of the business that we all sign up to support, right? Not things that don't have a negative impact on that. So how many hours you spend, how many different brands you represent, all of those things really speak to the heart of the independent contractor notion. And I think that all companies are going in this direction.
I think they are too.
Yeah.
It's the future, and it's the way of Gen Z.
Yeah.
It's the way of Gen Z.
And-
So
and Gen
it's
Z
how we will
yeah.
attract that next group of customers.
Yeah, I think Gen Z is pushing it forward, and then it's modernized or
Yes.
current for all consumers.
Yes, yes.
And that's
Yeah.
why it's going the way it is. But you're right,
Yeah.
it's really removing any type of control or limitation that we don't have the right over as an
Right.
individual. But also the responsibility where there is a conflict of interest, because we want to celebrate and protect our Scentsy community as well.
That's right. So, for instance, if you're running if you start another direct selling company and have a downline, and that's an inherent conflict. So we've had a policy for a very long time that you could have 2 direct selling companies. You would not lose your Scentsy business because you had two direct selling companies, even had two downlines. But we have had a provision for a very long time that if you are running two different direct selling companies, your front line has the option to roll up past you to the next available upline. And that policy is a sensible policy that says if you choose to do this, that doesn't mean that your downline has to support that. There's an inherent conflict in opening two, and so policies like that will stay in place. But in terms of cross promoting, they're going to be severely diminished or eliminated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair.
We want people to actually represent
Yeah.
more than one thing if it's something that is passionate to them.
Yeah. No.
Okay, so we'll capture questions here and then do an FAQ. Anything else? Maybe we should do some celebrations here.
Okay.
We've seen some go in the beginning and then now they're,
I memorized one name.
Okay.
Tammy Wright for
Okay.
hitting annual sales.
woohoo!
There's a lot of
It's
people
stuck in my
hitting
head.
annual
Oh, wait.
sales
It's
and
stuck in my
annual
head.
mentor.
Wait, what? Do we
We
want to
have-
mention anything about this?
Oh, yes.
One more amazing, but
Okay.
we didn't include this one in the email that went out.
Okay, can I set this up a little bit?
And we don't really have dates yet, sorta. So,
Well, can I set this up?
yes, set it up.
So, there's been a lot of consternation. There's a lot of people that are upset when we changed the policy, because I used big words.
No,
Um,
thinking my breath is killing you both.
No, your breath is fine. My big words,
Bad breath.
to betray me sometimes. No, there was a lot of people that were upset when, and I think understandably, when we changed the policy from 25% after certified to every month, it's 20% until you're active. And we said at the time that this was a necessary change because we have some things
We have some good news happening, so.
that are
Celebrations.
that can flow from this. This was an obstacle to us doing lots of things. This inconsistency in the way we applied our compensation plan. We've had a month of evaluating the effect of that change, and it's yielding the results that we were hoping. It is benefiting the underlying business and helping the consultants who are those that are entry-level consultants or hobbyists, which we really want to support, because there's a lot of you that are doing Scentsy not because you want to be kingdom builders, because you want to make a little extra money. One of the biggest requests that we've had is, I'll let you disclose it.
No, well, Dan, you do it. It's on your paper.
Okay. Is a more frequent way to get commissions. So weekly.
Weekly pay.
Weekly
An
pay.
option to get your commission portion of your check or of your compensation weekly.
Woohoo! Yeah, exciting.
Now, doing that, there was a financial aspect to that, right? And we run a very tight ship. And so if we need to give something, something has to give. Because you can't take money out of profits if you don't have them, right? And in a turnaround like this, we run Scentsy as lean as possible without profits so that we can put all that we can into reinvesting in the renewal. So there's not a lot of extra room that we can give. By allowing by changing the policy from 25 to 20, it's allowed us multiple things that will benefit consultants that they've been asking for. The first one to drop is weekly pay that we validated we can do. We're programming that now, and we should be able to roll that out
This summer.
relatively soon, this summer.
Summertime.
Summertime.
That's right. Unless
Perfect
you're
time,
from
perfect
Australia and New
time.
Zealand, then it's winter time.
Then it's
But,
winter.
you know, we do have this one scenario, and we'll be looking at this for, and evaluating it for each country, because each country has regulation on
Yes.
what is allowed and permissible on this. So we'll be doing it market by market and doing that evaluation, but we'll keep you informed on what that looks like, probably looking at US. I'm not sure who else would be involved with the first one, but summertime.
You know, you do mention something here that I think we can address, because there are people from different markets that are here. There are consultants that have asked us, are we shutting markets down? Are we closing regions? And we talked about this at Superstar Director Summit, and it's our commitment to you that we are not going to close countries or regions. We may have to make adjustments so that we can make them
Yes.
viable,
Yes.
make each country viable. Well, one example would be some countries might not get weekly pay and others will, right?
Or
We
you
have
might
to
see
break
fewer products, like fewer Scentsy bars.
a
than
smaller
what
product
region-
offering
yes,
in some
yes.
regions to make them viable. So, yes, we are committing to you that we are not closing any countries or any regions. But that means we might have to make adjustments. And this is a good time. We did talk about that at Superstar Director Summit and brought it up today.
Yeah,
Okay.
very good point.
Clear-
Can I
clear
add
someone?
one thing?
Yes, yes.
So we talked about the simplification of our standards. And the first one we're looking at is this conflict of interest, cross-promotion piece. We're going to be looking at all of our standards to make sure that we can do similar things, empowering the consultant to be successful, to be appealing to new consultants coming in, for looking for the opportunity to be part of this company that represents these values and part of the community. Part of that also is modernizing our language that may
Yes.
have standards in there that are outdated or superfluous, wordy, and
Words
confusing.
that you don't even know definitions of. You
Yeah.
have to look them
now,
up.
to be fair, there's some things that are legal.
Yes.
Right? In a contract that you sign when you start a new business, there's legal boilerplate, there's legal language that needs to be in there. But we can interpret that in a way that doesn't contradict the legal language, that is easy for people to understand.
Or
And
put
provi-
definitions that help
Yeah.
you know what the meaning
Yeah.
is.
And context as to why we do things, because
Yeah.
a lot of times we might have a policy and people have no idea why that's a policy, but when
Yeah.
you explain why we have that policy, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, keep that
Yeah,
one.
yeah. So where I was going to go with this, and that's a great clarification, is this. I'm thinking like old years ago for direct selling, there is strict language and exists today and is really important of no inventory loading, no buying of extra stock that
Yep,
you
yep.
don't have sales for. And back in the day, you would fax in your order or need proof of this is the party and the customers, right? An example would be like, okay, we need to look at our standards because there are TikTok shops or going live and selling products. And
Yes.
how do we modernize that in our new standards, which we will
Right.
be addressing. But I just wanted to make sure those are the type of things we need to modernize, that
Yep.
we need to simplify, we need to be clear, so we aren't creating more confusion and complexity,
Yeah.
but we're
And I
updating
think
with
those
the
will
times.
be
Yeah.
in the FAQ. that we'll-
Nobody
we'll
should be
do.
fearful of taking a picture of their booth at the Texas State Fair or the Ohio State
Yeah.
Fair and be worried that compliance is gonna be upset because
Good
they're
example.
showing, multiple
Two
products.
things, yeah.
Good
But at the
example.
same time, we don't want somebody taking a picture of, or we don't want people, posting a basement full of product that they bonus bought.
Yeah.
Right?
Great point, yeah.
So if you got a basement full of stuff that you bonus bought, contact us. We'll buy it back from you. We'd rather you have money than a basement full of stuff.
Yeah.
Or
We
have
can
it end
sell
up
it.
on Amazon.
Yeah, we can sell it. Just bring it back. We don't
Yeah.
want illegitimate sales.
Yes.
Okay, a couple of
Yeah.
quick things. Weekly pay is optional. I've seen a few of
Oh.
you on there say.
Yeah.
It'll be optional.
Mhm.
You do not have to choose weekly
Mhm.
pay. Join special.
Mhm.
Do we have one?
I don't know.
I
Okay.
don't know either.
Okay, we don't know. Sorry. Sorry.
That's
and-
hashtag not ready to announce.
Yeah, okay. And
For strategic reasons.
Shelly, 41,000 PRV, way to go. Woohoo! Candy, annual sales. Amanda, first time earning annual sales. Woo!
Was that St. Clair?
I don't know.
There was
I
a
just
St.
wrote-
Clair with the last name St. Clair. 2 years in, first time hitting annual sales was this
Okay,
year.
maybe
Awesome.
that Amanda. I don't know. I only caught first name because I can't write fast enough.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well,
But
and
we-
I
A
lot
can't,
of things
and
to
I can't
celebrate.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like,
Yeah.
we hope
My old
that
eyes.
this call brought you a little bit of hope, put some smiles on your face, that you're excited about the direction that we're going, and that you're excited to be on this ride with us in our boat, in the Scentsy boat.
it's gonna be a great ride. I haven't been this excited for the future of Scentsy for a very, very long time. There was a
Well, it seems
magical
like we've
week
been
last
gone
week.
for a long time.
No, I'm just saying, but even before
It's all
that, even
relative.
before
Yeah, it
that,
is.
you know, COVID kind of surprised us, and that wasn't that exciting because it was so scary that we were going to, the wheels were gonna fall off and we were gonna crash and burn every step of the way because it was so.
I
um,
remember being very stressed.
It was incredibly stressful. I mean, in
was.
hindsight,
It was.
It seemed smooth as silk, but that was high risk, high stress, low profit, low sleep efforts.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't consider that exciting, even though the sales were good.
Yeah.
I'm excited right now.
Change is always good,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of good being posted here, so if you all could take a few seconds when you get off this call and cheer people on, congratulate them, send them a little message of love and hope, that would be awesome.
Congratulations,
Okay.
everybody.
Okay.
We love you.
Love you guys.
We love you.
Love
Take
you.
care.